Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Go Off Sis. I'm Danielle.
I'm Cassidy.
I'm Lexi.
Today we're going to be talking about spring. It is like
spring is in the air.
it's like 60 degrees outside right now.
It's like 70.
I feel like I'm thawing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm thawed.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I feel like we should be outside. We shouldn't be in here, but
Honestly.
We will be.
get a tan
Yeah.
later. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna check the UV.
It's probably not that high.
That's so fun though.
honestly.
Like checking the UV. I haven't done that in so long.
I love checking the UV.
Yeah.
I do this like all the time.
Even
in
our
the summer.
dad checks the UV and he'll send us screenshots.
Okay, it's 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not very high.
No, yeah, our dad like will check the UV and like send it to us if it's like 8. He's like, "Oh wow, get a tan."
Yeah.
Yep. And then dad will be out on the deck, his shorts hiked up,
Mm-hmm.
oiled up.
Tanning oil.
Yep.
I don't know how much we've talked about dad, but like he is so different.
He's such a girl dad.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he loves to tan. Like if we go to like we're like, "Oh, we want to go to the beach." He's like, "Me too. I bought this tanning lotion." We all lay. He like compares how dark we are. And
Yeah.
like he's lived in Michigan for what? Like 25 years now, maybe a little more.
I mean, longer than however old I am. So
Okay, whatever. So he's
like
lived in
31 years.
Yeah, he's lived in Michigan for a long time. He has never gone in Lake Michigan. Did you know that?
Never?
Never. He won't.
I think there might have been just one time, but still like only one.
Like he doesn't. He like it has to be warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
There
like
were-
pools, like unless the pool is heated.
Yeah.
It has to be like an 80-degree pool minimum.
Yeah.
There was one time where I was water skiing at Uncle Kevin's house and I was young. I would say 7 maybe. And that was the time Uncle Kevin crashed the boat because I
The
was
day I almost died.
Yeah. I watched you almost die.
Yeah, I was on the back skiing and I was notorious for not being able to stand up, because it's hard. So I finally get up, right? And everyone's cheering me on. Uncle Kevin is heading straight for his own dock. Okay.
Because he's turned around watching Cassidy.
me. And he literally takes his boat and he goes up on the side of his dock. Like it's like a retaining wall. His boat goes up on the side of the retaining wall. And I am literally in my skis in the water, like, what is happening? You just crashed the boat. My dad, the minute that happened, my dad dove off of the boat and swam to me and like was with me while like they were figuring out
Wait,
what
how
happened
did
with the
he
boat.
catch me and dive and get you
So
at the same
first,
time?
no, but see
Superman.
that
Yeah, for real. I'm confused
what
on the
happened,
story.
I watched the whole thing. So I was like maybe like 300 or 400 feet away at a dock swimming, watching Cassidy. And I witnessed the boat go up on the dock. But so when the boat went up on the dock, you flew, Lexi, into the air.
I'm like a baby.
You're tiny.
I'm probably
Dad,
1.
Dad grabs you by your foot and like pulls you down because you are in the air. And after he puts you down, he jumps off to go to Cassidy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never seen
Yeah.
the man dive.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Was it good or was
Oh,
it?
It was a perfect form.
He looked like a fish.
He looked like a lifeguard.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah. You're just there in your skis.
Like you were fine.
know.
You had a life jacket
I
on.
did.
Yeah, you were fine.
You had a life jacket on. I'm not diving in for my kid if they got a life jacket on.
I was scared.
yeah,
but like you'll float.
but Cassidy got scared of a lot of things.
That's true.
So-
Yeah, like you.
right.
It all comes back to the way Danielle's traumatized us. Everything has a root and it's you.
Right.
Right.
That's fine.
Just like it's all grandma, right, Danielle?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Grandma, Danielle, do you have something you'd like to apologize
Yeah.
to grandma for?
Grandma was upset because we were talking about, this goes back to like our haters. Like if you,
Oh, she's our hater?
she's not.
Danielle, be careful.
No, she's not a hater.
Better
Okay.
get
But
cut
when
out
we
of
were
the
talking
will.
about it, no. We were talking about, what were we talking about? Oh,
How you don't know how to keep a
Yeah,
secret.
yeah. How I don't know how to keep a secret, but also like everyone in our family, it's kind of hard to keep a secret sometimes.
Oh, I'm really
Don't
good at
put
it.
me in that category.
I've actually been told by multiple people I'm the person they trust the most.
Okay. So anyways, I had said on that episode, it all goes back to grandma because grandma, and I didn't mean anything bad by it, but grandma just loves to talk.
She loves to chat.
She's a chatter.
Yeah, she's
So
chatting.
that's what I meant by that. I will apologize to grandma that I hurt her feelings. But grandma is queen.
Grandma's
like,
our most loyal listener.
She is queen and there is no one above her.
True.
Like,
that's why my mom's
honestly.
called Princess, Grandma's Queen.
Yeah, Queen
Yeah.
Cheryl, Princess Anne.
Yeah. And we're like just
Peasants.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, we are not worthy of
Yeah.
everything that grandma does. She's
Yeah.
fabulous.
Speaking of grandma, we have some really good spring break stories for you guys.
Yeah.
We like growing up, we were always going somewhere on spring break. That's what I love about spring. It's like the time to travel.
Yes.
Everyone's going somewhere, like everyone goes somewhere and then we all come and recap. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like we haven't seen each other in a couple weeks, but it's because you're out living your best life.
Right.
So we have some spring break stories for
Well,
you
we
guys.
used to live our best lives together,
True.
you know.
And now we live them apart.
and now we live them separately. So
Sad.
I know. I'm like, why can't we just all do everything together like we used to?
Hmm.
Like, I know our husbands, like me and Danielle got husbands, but like, why can't we all hang out?
I always, you know, that thing, it's that like trend on TikTok, and it's like, if I won the lottery, there would be signs.
Mm-hmm.
And then like one of them is like you swipe and it's like houses that are like connected with like things.
Yeah,
and it's like
tunnels.
me and my
Bridge.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm always like, that's literally so
That'd be
true.
so fun.
I've always thought it'd be really fun to have our own cul-de-sac
yeah.
where we all have our own
Yeah.
individual houses, but like we meet
Mhm.
in the middle of the cul-de-sac every morning.
Or
you know.
maybe at someone's house.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe like somewhere for breakfast. I'm not just trying to like chill in the middle of the
Middle
road
of the cul-de-sac.
talking.
No, then we like go on a walk and then we go do something.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's- I love the idea.
that's
Truthfully.
definitely a rough draft,
Yeah.
but I love the enthusiasm.
Well, I feel like we kind of got that idea because growing up, we'd always go to Miami for spring break, and our abuelita and our aunt and uncle lived across the street from each other.
Yeah,
Literally in a cul-de-sac across the street from each other.
and it was perfect.
Yeah, it was so perfect. It was like half the people could stay there, half the people at the other house. You just run over to one house in the morning for breakfast, the other house.
Yeah.
Like it was a dream.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
one was the party house, one was the eating house.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We actually have a lot of spring break stories from that, from
We
everything.
Really, really do. Well, speaking of Miami, we can talk about the time that we all got the swine flu.
Yeah. That was what, like 2005?
Yeah.
Whenever the swine flu epidemic hit, we got hit.
2005.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
I would
How
have
old were
been
you?
1.
Do you remember?
I do remember because David
Okay.
was old. Me and David are only 2 years apart.
I'm gonna look up when the swine
Yeah.
flu
It's probably
epidemic
like
was.
2010 or like 11.
I remember it being kind of a thing on like social media. So I feel like it had to have been like more recent.
because
than-
Emma
05.
existed, did she not? If it was
Oh, it was
2005, she wouldn't exist.
2009.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was 2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
H1N1.
Yes, the H1N1.
Yes.
I don't even know what that
Ooh,
is.
Memories.
Yeah.
So basically, I think it was our cousins in Miami got the swine flu first.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was David who was really sick. We were all like playing like Mario or something. And then David just started puking. And then it was like this whole thing where everyone started puking.
Mhm.
And then we find out it was the swine flu.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. It was like we went to see our cousins and then we couldn't even see them because they were all so sick.
Yeah. Well, it's like we were all playing the game, and apparently David was like hunched over the side of the couch puking on the tile.
Yeah.
Like just puking on the floor, and our other cousin Jonathan like puts his hand over the couch and just like sets it down and literally sets it in puke
Ew.
and goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's not right."
Yeah.
And like then like Emma, the other cousin, like starts puking, and then like literally everyone is just puking, and Danielle's like running, shoving us all upstairs with like hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
trying to like get us all away because
Yeah.
like multiple people are puking.
It was literally like this all happened within like an hour.
Yeah.
It was like domino effect. Like this person puked, they're down.
Yeah,
This person puked, they're down. It was horrible.
I know our parents were like
Yeah.
so stressed.
That's such an Espinoza thing though, to like what David did. Like you really don't want to miss out on the fun, so you just puke over the couch and try
Yeah.
and hide it.
It's like, bro, I'm in the middle of a race. Let me just take a quick break.
Try to hide it. You're like, guys, still hang out with me. I know I'm puking, but it's fine.
No, that's literally me. I went to Saginaw to see Macy this past weekend.
At this point, it's so
At this
outdated.
point,
It doesn't.
yeah, at this point, never mind. But we were like talking, chatting, and we wanted to continue our talk, but I needed to shower because I just wanted to shower. So I literally get in the shower and she's just sitting like on the toilet, and we're just talking the whole entire time. And then we were like, this is such like a womanhood thing. Like
Yeah.
no men would like sit in the bathroom while
Yeah.
someone showers just to talk.
Okay.
You'll end up marrying someone like that. I think.
What do you mean?
Lexi will.
Oh,
You
that loves
defeat
to
the
talk
purpose
to you.
of it.
No, I don't know. I think that's so Lexi.
I know, but it's so like girl.
Like to do that.
Yeah, it's a girl thing. I mean, sometimes Charlie will talk to me while I'm in the shower, vice versa.
Yeah.
But it's hard to hear like the other person sometimes.
Brett and I do it all the time.
Okay, well, never mind. The story was stupid.
No, it's
Everyone
cute.
does it,
Oh.
and there we go.
On the new season of Love is Blind, one of the guys was saying that he like grew up with like a big family, and his favorite part of the day was when they would all get ready. Well, like one person would be in the shower, two people doing their makeup, like one person was like whatever, and like that was his favorite part of the day. And I feel like with us growing up, because we all would get ready at the same time, like not for school, but maybe for like church or something, and that was so fun.
It's so fun. Yeah, I would agree. That's what I wrote my college essay on.
Oh yeah,
It was called The Bathroom Floor.
that was a really good essay.
Yeah,
I never read it.
Danielle, you shouldn't. It'll make you cry.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was because I like had really bad depression and anxiety in high school, and it was about like how like it was basically like telling memories of all of us in the bathroom, and then slowly it was just like me by myself, and then it was just like it was like, oh, and then there was no one to help me get off the bathroom floor.
Oh my gosh. She's
Yeah,
a
I ate it
writer.
up.
Yeah, she's a writer.
She's a writer.
Writer.
Aw.
The analogies.
That's like sad, but like
Well,
beautifully
yeah, I mean,
said.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, who writes about the bathroom floor?
Yeah.
That was the whole point. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. One of my favorite stories from spring break is this, guys, buckle up. This is super iconic. Okay. So our mom got a trip to Disney with like her little work that she did. I say little, but it was like she was selling jewelry. It was low key an MLM, I think.
It was.
Yeah. But either way, she got this trip to Disney. So go off, boss babe. And we naturally, being bougie on a budget, we drive to Florida, okay, from Michigan, which is what, 24 hours?
I think it was closer to like
22.
like 22 because it was to Orlando.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So
And we have never driven that far as a family before
No.
at this point.
And
Yeah.
we've never done it again.
yeah, never
No,
since.
that was a first and last for
Yeah.
us.
So
yeah.
the main thing that I visibly remember is my dad was driving in the middle of the night. Like they were like, we're gonna drive. Was it through the night or late? I think it was through the night.
Yeah. Like
And
we were taking no stops.
We didn't
basically.
stop.
And the only people that drove were mom and dad. The rest of us like couldn't drive.
Right.
No. Danielle, I think she was 16. maybe
Actually,
not.
yeah, you might have.
Dad
had
didn't
your
want.
permit.
He didn't
Yeah,
want me
I
to
remember
drive.
they wouldn't let you drive. Well, we've talked about our father before about how he gets in these modes,
Yeah.
like Vacomar.
This is
This is Vacomar, and like so before we leave, we go to the gas station, and he buys a pack of 5-hour energies. Buys like the triple shot espresso Starbucks drinks and like chugs them.
yeah.
Like he is not messing around.
Yeah. And I remember we slept through the night in the backseat, all of us. And I remember waking up and seeing my dad driving. He had his headphones in and he was banging his head against the headrest to stay awake. I visibly remember him sitting there banging his head against the headrest to stay awake, like repeatedly. And I was like low key concerned, but then I was like, tomorrow's problem. Like,
right.
go
No,
back to sleep.
the way I remember it too, and I literally woke up and I'm like, huh. Boom.
Yeah,
Fall back
literally.
asleep. It's like no thoughts. No thoughts. I remember me and Lindsay were in the back, the very back of the van, and we got the back row to like turn flat and we made it in a
Yes.
literal bed.
I think I slept there too, actually.
yeah.
I was in a
Probably.
bucket seat, knocked.
Well, yeah, Danielle took literal NyQuil
Yeah.
and didn't wake up until we were in Florida.
yeah,
She
I did. I slept.
the entire way.
Like went
Yeah.
into a coma.
Yeah.
And like I'm young at this point. I mean, I feel like in almost all our stories I'm always young, but
Yeah.
I'm young at this point, and I remember thinking to myself like that must be like a normal teenage thing.
Yeah.
I
no.
promise you I've never ever experienced that in my life. Like I
Yeah.
always like saw things about you and I was like, oh, like eventually I'll be like that. Never did I ever be like that.
So
It's nice to reflect.
I was so nervous because I get really car sick in like long drives like that. And so that was why I took the NyQuil because I just wanted to sleep. I
Yeah.
didn't want to be awake because I didn't want to get sick.
Yeah.
Because Lexi ended up in the front seat
Because she was car sick.
Because she was quote unquote car sick.
I was car sick. And
made our mother sit in the back.
No one made anyone do anything.
Like, how did you not need a booster seat?
No, I was small. I'm pretty sure that I was sitting on something. Yeah, I remember, like, it's so crazy. I actually vividly remember all these things. Like chilling in the front seat. We're driving through Florida. I had the window down. I'm like 5 years old. I'm like, this is the life. I got my shades on, like, and you're all back there, and I'm just chilling.
I do remember listening to the Hannah Montana album, looking out the window on that trip, and just being like, "Wow, a travel icon."
Yeah,
I'm on my own.
Yeah,
I don't know these people in the car.
Who are they?
We did feel a sense of independence, even though we were not alone.
No,
right.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I do get extremely car sick, and we had to pull over. I remember right when we entered some state. It was either Georgia or like Florida. Like at the where the welcome sign was, and I literally was puking in a plastic bag.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Like,
that.
so I did get really car sick.
Dang,
and so when I
Cass.
did sit in the front seat.
You're making fun of her.
Yeah, honestly. But I am like that to this day.
Yeah.
I get really car sick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's true. So we went to Disney. That wasn't even like the good part of the story.
that was just kicking it off.
Okay, so we go to Disney and we know a few other families there, okay? There's this girl, it's like night one, whatever. There's this lady who's like also a part of this like program, whatever. And she texts my mom and she says, hey, like we were splitting up like kids and adults.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we had like little programs that night. She was like, hey, my son, he doesn't have any friends. And I was wondering if he could hang out with your kids. And my mom was like, oh yeah, sure. We'll meet him at the bus stop. My kids will meet him at the bus stop and they'll hang out with him, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like the little train stop, whatever. And I remember thinking, this kid is going to be a nightmare.
It just seems like he's going to be weird.
Right.
Because the mom is
has
asking like, oh, he doesn't have any friends. Like, will you hang out with him, please? It's giving desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we all were like not really looking forward to this, but it was like whatever. So we go to this little train stop. Were you there for that or no?
No, I wasn't. Okay. I went to the adult dinner that night because I was literally 18.
Yeah, you were 18.
I was 17. I was a senior. Yeah.
Jeez, and you didn't like help mom and dad drive to Florida or anything. She literally passed out in the
literally
car.
didn't want me to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so then I was 7.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I was
17 because that's where I got that scholarship there.
I was 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like me and like our other friends that are there. Rachel and Becca we're still friends with. And then we had like other friends and we meet up with this kid. And I think I was texting him. I was like, hey, like, where are you? Whatever. And they're like waiting. I meet him off the bus. And I'm like, oh, hi. He's like, oh, hi, I'm Axel, whatever. We meet him. And I'm like, okay, I'm 14. This kid's cute.
Yeah.
Like he's cute. He's got like freckles. He's like a cute guy.
Like skater boy.
Yeah, skater.
Cute.
And
yes.
I was like not expecting that, but
I think you guys are underplaying it. This guy was
yeah.
hot. Okay, I was 7, and let me tell you, I knew.
Lexi literally has all these stories of these guys that we would meet. They'd be like 14, 15, and she's like a 6-year-old child, and she's like, oh, he was hot.
Yeah, I remember your ex-boyfriend in middle school. I'd literally hug him because like I could feel his abs.
I remember you telling us that you liked the way he smelled.
Yeah,
when you were younger.
What can I say? What can I say? But anyways, yeah. So this man,
yeah,
he was fine.
He was really cute. So he was cool too. And there was like,
I know when he walked off that bus, you got nervous.
Well, I just was like, oh, hi. So we all hang out. There were like these like roller coasters we did. We like went to this cafe and got food. It was like this whole like Disney thing. I don't know. And we all kind of broke off in pairs. Our friend Becca ended up hanging out with him a lot. And on the way back, we're sitting on this bus, okay? And we actually met this random guy. His name was Robert, and he started hanging out with us too. We're on this.
Yeah, did you forget about Robert, Lexi?
I don't know who
she
that
doesn't know.
is.
Yeah.
If he wasn't hot, I don't remember.
Yeah, he was just like
irrelevant. Next.
So we're sitting on this bus, and somehow we got on the topic of Instagram, okay? And we're like, oh, like, what's your Instagram? We're talking to Robert, and I think Robert was like,
Instagram's a thing at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert was like kind of fishing for someone to ask him for his Instagram. So we look on Robert's Instagram. He had like 10,000 followers.
Oh.
And I think he paid for them because he was giving like money. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we're like, Axel, what's your Instagram? And he pulls up his Instagram he had 3,000 followers, which at the time was crazy. And we look and he's like, oh yeah, I'm into MX, which is like motocross.
Yeah.
And his name's Axel Hodges. And we were like, oh, cool. Like he showed us
I
some
didn't
videos.
know we were given his full name.
Why not?
Oh,
What? It's not a secret.
No, that's so
It's
true.
funny. I
It's
honestly
not.
hope he listens to this because he's
I
a
don't
dad.
think he would listen to this
Okay,
at all.
anyways.
That's why I said it. He's a celebrity now.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
he
true.
is.
It is a flex. It's just
Okay.
I talked about how when I was 7. Never mind. It's fine though.
so
It's fine.
So anyway, we basically like figure out like who he is, whatever. And like it's cool, we all follow him. And then like, you know, he's a kid. He starts to like grow up doing this. And a couple years later, someone like revisited it. I don't know who, but we realized he literally got famous. Like he was that good.
Well,
Like,
he's like a professional. He's
sponsored
he's
by
really
Monster.
good.
Yeah, now he's like the person. And I didn't even know this until I was like in college. I was talking to this guy who's like into like extreme sports. And I was like, oh, do you know who Axel Hodges is? And he was like, yeah, everyone knows him.
Everybody knows who he is.
I've heard people talk about him, and like I just checked out his Instagram. I mean, he has 1.7 million followers.
That's a lot.
He's a celebrity for the motocross community.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you know,
extreme
do you guys
sports.
know what motocross is? Like it's the dirt bike.
Yeah, it's
Right.
But people don't know what that is because I
Yeah.
low-key don't.
Yeah.
He'd be like jumping off stuff.
Yeah, like the flips in
flipping,
the air,
twisting.
Crazy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
dirt everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never talked to him since, and he was probably 15.
So you guys didn't leave a mark.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely
Dang, that's
not.
crazy. You guys low-key sold.
Well,
Like you could be like, he's balling.
We did hang out with him for the rest of the trip, though. Remember?
Yeah,
he went
every
on
single
Space
day.
Mountain with us.
yeah, he came to the hot
Yeah,
tub
I
with
know.
us.
I remember.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Did you sit next to him on Space Mountain?
No, I don't think so.
Lexi was that age where she was giving like little kid, but she knew what she was doing. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm cute. Let me hang out with you. But
She
on the
was smart.
inside, as you heard, she's thinking you're hot.
Yeah.
Is what she's thinking.
Yeah.
She was sneaky.
She
I was
was.
always sneaky.
Yeah.
I only had one person that trip.
Lindsay?
Gabe.
Oh, bye.
Because we're the same age.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's cute.
I
I
guess.
love to see photos of you and Gabe when you were little.
So
It's just-
Gabe is like, they're best friends. We've talked about them before, Becca and Rachel. Like they have a little brother who's my exact age.
Yeah. And we just always tried to set them up.
Yeah,
Obviously, it
always.
didn't end
Even
up
when I'm
working
like,
out.
there's literally videos of me and him at like 5 years old.
There's
at church.
pictures of them like slow dancing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so cute.
yeah. And actually, I just saw him at college the other day and I like don't see him. And he was like in class. And I was like,
Did you say hi?
no, because he was in class. Like I
Oh.
walked by the classroom and I saw him.
Oh, I thought you said hi.
No.
Oh, I told people you said hi. Sorry.
Who are you?
Yeah, we talk about you.
I think I
know.
told Becca and Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Cool. So yeah, that was an iconic trip.
that really was an iconic
Yeah.
trip.
The
So-
fact that we went to Disney with like our best friends is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I haven't been back to Disney.
Oh,
haven't either.
I haven't either. But yes, we have, Cassidy.
Oh, we went to Epcot.
We went to Epcot.
I feel like
together.
Epcot
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
count, low key.
No, it's like the adult Disney.
yeah.
But I have a story from that trip, and honestly, I don't even know if it's that interesting. But
Oh.
I'm 7, whatever. We're in this this really big hotel is where we're staying, the Dolphin Hotel. I remember because there was the dolphin and there was the swan.
Yes.
And we got the dolphin, and we're pretty high up, and I'm like this little devious child. Like, you know, like I'm always the troublemaker, and I'm like outside standing on the balcony. And like for some reason I like have my toothbrush and I'm like setting it on the edge and my dad comes out on the balcony. We're like stories up and he goes, "Alexis, don't have your toothbrush on the balcony." And he like grabs it and goes like just wails it with his arms and it flies. Like he like accidentally chucked my toothbrush off the balcony. And I'm literally just like, my toothbrush. And he goes, "Oh crap." And he bolts out the room and he has to go and run downstairs and find it. And we're probably like 20 stories up. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Oh, that was
I
so
love
funny.
it. Like, why was he?
like why was he mad that I had my toothbrush on the balcony?
Why did you have your toothbrush on the balcony?
Bro, I was probably just like brushing my teeth with a view. I don't know. Like I was unpacking and got distracted.
Right.
Who knows? But anyways.
That's such a funny story.
Such an iconic trip.
Yeah, it was really fun. I love the story of, I think we talked last episode about when we all went to Miami. Danielle wasn't there for this one, but we went to Miami.
Well, she was there. They got a rental car.
I don't think I'm talking about when me and Charlie picked you up.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah,
This
not
is
for that
different.
trip. Wait. No, you were.
I don't know.
Oh no, we were going to Utah. Wait,
Yeah.
No, we weren't. We were going to Miami.
Oh my gosh, I'm so confused. Okay.
Do you need me to tell the story?
No, I can tell the story.
Okay.
Okay, so basically we were meeting people like our parents in Miami. Lexi was on a choir trip.
Yeah, I was a freshman in high school.
Yes, a freshman. I remember you were like littler. So Lexi was on a choir trip and they went to New York City. Like they were in the city doing their thing. And me and Charlie lived in upstate New York at the time. And we were trying to figure out how to get Lexi to Miami from her trip. Like that's
Yeah.
how the timelines had
Because
to.
my parents wanted to go to Miami with like our family, and obviously they wanted me to go, but I wanted to go on this New York trip. So like I went half for the New York trip and then like half to Miami. Like
Yeah.
I split it up. Like
Yeah.
tell me I wasn't cool. Like I was a
Lexi
freshman.
was cool.
Yeah.
I was a freshman and I'm like, sorry guys, like I have to go fly to Miami. And like I had to get permission from my teachers to like leave and
Yeah.
fly to Miami.
Yeah. It's definitely a sleigh.
Yeah.
So me and Charlie decided that we were going to drive to New Jersey, which is where Charlie's family lives. And then we're going to pick Lexi up in New York City and then fly out of New Jersey and meet our parents in Miami. Okay.
Yeah,
so that
like
was the
with
plan.
me. Like I was going with them.
Yeah,
to
we
fly.
picked her up. So my favorite visual is when we drive into New York and I text Lexi, I'm like, where are you? She's literally in Chinatown and
We're doing a murder mystery, like a thing with like theater acters.
yeah, that sounds so cool.
It was
That does
really
sound
cool.
really cool.
Yeah. So Lexi comes out of this building and she's in the middle of New York. She's a freshman and she's got her little suitcase and she's just looking around for us. Actually, I might have gone inside for you, actually.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But either way, Lexi with the suitcase is just such a funny visual. Anyway, we pick her up and the day we're flying out is actually April Fool's Day. So we think, oh, this is such a good idea.
This was
We're
all
gonna-
Cassidy, by the way.
Yeah, this was a
genuinely
horrible
was
idea.
all Cassidy.
Oh, it's a great idea. So we decide, we being me, that we're going to just prank my parents and tell them that we left Lexi at the airport. So we go through TSA and the story I tell my mom is that Lexi got caught at TSA because she's like young. She's 15, 14, and she got caught and she had to be questioned, but we were going to miss our flight. So we went without Lexi. And
Yeah.
we left her at TSA.
So basically, they don't know if I'm on another flight. Like,
Yeah.
they really don't know anything.
So when we land, that's what I call and tell my mom. And I can't believe I called her and told her that.
yeah,
I literally called her on the phone. Lexi's standing next to me. We're in Miami.
chuckling.
Yeah. And my mom was like, are you kidding me? She was so mad. She actually hung up the phone and I didn't know this until after. She called the airport and called the airport we flew out of, the airline, and was like, did this girl get on the flight? And they said, yes, she got on the flight. So then my mom picks us up from the airport. I'm thinking my mom's going to be freaking out that Lexi's not there. We're going to have Lexi like run out and surprise my mom. My mom decides to play the prank back on us.
Of course.
And she was like, oh, we just booked a flight to New Jersey to go pick up Lexi.
Yeah.
We're leaving. And I was like, what do you mean? We were joking. Lexi's right here.
you were like, oh crap.
Yeah. And then my mom was like, I'm just kidding.
Oh, she was not that happy. She was mad.
Yeah, she was really
She
mad.
was like, was crying.
Yeah.
Like when she saw me, she was crying, hugging me.
Dude.
But it's like, that's something mom would do to us.
Right. But when we do it to her,
Right.
it's not funny.
Honestly,
I
it
mean,
was-
to be fair, I was 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, why? We would never leave you at TSA. Like,
I don't know.
That's just wild.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
was funny.
So yeah, that's one of my favorite spring break stories.
Yeah. Lexi. Lexi was just balling when she was 15. Like,
yeah.
man.
And then
what a
she got to go
life.
to Utah for her senior photos.
oh yeah, I forgot
Like
about that.
I went to Holland, Michigan.
I was in Hudsonville, Michigan for mine.
I forgot about
So-
that. We wanted to like take photos. Like Cassidy had always wanted to take photos at like the Pink Lake in Utah. And since like she's a photographer, like she was gonna obviously take my senior photos. So mom and dad were like, if we pay for like the plane tickets to go to Utah, Like we can go for a trip for you to take your senior photos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we did. So we took a trip out of it.
Yeah.
I really made that trip happen.
You
Like
did.
I sat down. Here's a little secret about my mom. Mom, if you're listening, whatever. If you sit down and put the flight in front of my mom, she will whip out her credit card.
Yeah.
That's
she
the
just doesn't want to
thing.
do the work.
Yeah. So same thing with the Nashville trip. I sat down, had the plane ticket open on my laptop, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, let's buy it." So that's what I did with the Utah trip. I just sat down, opened the browser.
Yeah. Like literally, I remember people be like, "Where did you get your senior photos done?" I was like, "Oh, Utah."
Right.
They're like, "You flew to Utah for your senior photos?" I was like, "Yeah, but my sister's a photographer,
right.
so it makes sense."
It makes
So
sense.
bougie.
Yeah.
I literally think some of mine were in like a cornfield. Yeah. So it's fine. But I have some stories about spring break that mostly were just like a me and Cassidy trip. So I'll keep them kind of short. It would have been fun if Lexi was there, but
Honestly, she was like
she was young.
10.
Yeah. This was actually the same year that we went on that Disney trip.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
We
so-
were really like living it up.
Yeah,
We were- and-
eventful year, for
And it
you
was with
guys.
Rachel and Becca. Like we were having the year of our lives,
Honestly.
honestly. Yeah. We went on a senior spring break trip it was my senior year with Rachel, both of our senior years, and then Becca and Cassidy were younger, but we all went. So when we were in LA, I thought it would be really fun to pull a prank on my friends back home. And group texts were not a thing at the time, mind you. So for me to send a mass text to people, I had to, write the text out, send it to one person, copy and paste. So I was like, okay, I sent it to 5 different people and I told them, they all were people that had said like, I'm so excited for you to come home soon. I miss you. I texted these people back and I said, actually, I'm not going to be coming home soon. And I just left it at that. And then they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you this. And my friends are so gullible, you guys. Like, I just knew that they were going to believe this, even though this is the stupidest thing ever. I told them, I was like, well, it's kind of embarrassing, but I was at the local grocery store, Ralph's, when we were here. And I was like in the aisle and I was singing to myself. And
No
Dr.
way.
Dre was there and I didn't know. And he overheard me. He overheard me and he said he wants to have a meeting with me about a possible singing career. And so I have that meeting with him in a few weeks. So I'm just going to stay in LA. And my friends, being the supportive, gullible people that they are, I got phone calls of people crying. I got a text
my
saying like, Danielle,
gosh.
I'm so proud of you. I always knew that you could do this. Like, I'm going to miss you so much here, but there's better things ahead. Like, and I got this message from so many people. It was so funny. And then
That's crazy because then you had to tell people that didn't happen.
yeah. And then I was like, I was just kidding. April Fool's. This was literally on April Fool's
Oh
Day.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Danielle, that's really bad.
Yeah.
It's just funny because it's low key embarrassing for you to be like JK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like you did yourself dirty too.
Yeah.
You did.
I mean, it was funny. I thought it was hysterical. So,
It's
Yeah.
the crying, calling crying.
yeah.
Who I guess you can't say. Sorry.
Well, I guess I can. Hannah. Love her. She was one of them. I'm pretty sure Aaron was another person.
Yeah. So just a bunch of your friends.
Yeah, a
That's
bunch of my
so
friends. Yeah,
funny.
it was so funny. And how quickly they were to believe.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Aaron very quickly realized I was lying.
Right.
Yeah.
They believed in
Probably.
you though.
He sniffed it out. Yeah.
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 So we're just the pranking queens on
Yeah.
spring break.
We do love a good prank.
Well,
We
it always goes on April Fools.
Mm-hmm.
So
One of my favorite spring breaks we took we were younger when we went to LA and we went to the Teen Choice Awards.
oh my gosh.
But it was just me and Danielle and then mom and dad.
that was where I saw Zac Efron for the first time.
And I was just about to say,
First and only.
clear as day, we got seats right in front of it was like the kind of like a red carpet that was like, it was like a red carpet. And then there were like bowl seats that you could see the stage. And then there was like an upper section that was right in front of this red carpet. And
yeah.
clear as day, Zac Efron comes out. The whole High School Musical
It
cast.
was Zac Efron, Corbin Blue,
everyone.
Vanessa,
You
Ashley
saw
Tisdale.
Vanessa Hudgens.
They
saw
were
all of
walking.
them.
They were walking
That's
as a group
crazy.
to
Yeah.
their seats, and it was
You saw them in their prime.
Yeah.
yes.
That's crazy.
They were not that far. We screamed. We were like, Zach.
Yeah, I don't
No
think
way.
our Uncle Todd got us these tickets. He would get us tickets to the coolest stuff when we were
Iconic.
kids. And honestly, these are such core like memories that no one else has.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything.
You were too little.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It stopped.
Oh,
The ticket giving stopped.
Yeah. So that was one very clear, distinct thing that was just like insane. And
Yeah.
then you met Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite after, right?
vote for Pedro.
Yeah. But you
Yep.
like broke the rules and like went.
I went past the security guard.
Yeah.
Actually, Mom distracted the security guard so that I could
Of
walk
course,
past. Yeah.
she did that. I wouldn't be surprised if she like jumped a security guard for
Yeah.
someone to get
If
past.
she's like holding them back.
Yeah,
or,
like she like gets arrested for assault, but it's fine as long as
Right.
you guys got to meet him.
Right.
Right. So at this Teen Choice Awards was also the time when I realized Mom does not know pop culture.
Yeah.
So this was before the show started. I had asked Mom that I was like, I'm really hungry. I want a snack, but I don't want to leave because I think the show's going to start soon. She was like, no problem. Like, I'll go get you something. So Mom leaves to go get me. I think she got me nachos and like a drink or something. And apparently when Mom was out there, she ran into a girl in like a marching uniform with blonde hair, and she accidentally ran into her. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, I bumped into you, whatever. They were communicating. They chatted for a second, and then Mom came back in. When Mom came back in, the show started. The show opened with Gwen Stefani marching in with a band to Hollaback Girl.
Yeah.
Because that was the year that Hollaback Girl came out.
She doesn't know the song Hollaback Girl.
Mom didn't know who Gwen Stefani is because Mom points to the person. She points to the blonde at the front leading the way.
main singer.
Yeah.
She goes, who is that? I said, Gwen Stefani. She goes, I just ran into her out in the hall.
Yeah.
I said, no, I'm
Imagine
sorry,
she
what?
like dropped the nachos on her.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Then
But-
she'd just get banned.
Yeah.
I think the reason Mom ran into her was she made like an entrance from the back and came down through the crowd.
Yeah, she
so
did.
like she was waiting back there, Gwen was, and that's why
Oh.
Mom ran into her.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was so crazy. I just couldn't believe that Mom had no idea who she was.
Yeah. I wish so badly I had a more vivid memory of like everyone that I saw
Yeah.
at that award show. I remember who was the person that was like the host. They kept popping up around. Who was it?
I remember Dane Cook was really
Oh.
popular, and he got like bleeped out for a bunch of stuff.
I thought there
Live.
was someone like not Brittany, but like along those lines, like Tyra Banks or someone was like hosting. Maybe not.
I know, was it Jessica Simpson?
It might have been someone like that, but they were like the host, and they kept popping up around
Yeah.
like different people, and they would like do their little blurb, and
Yeah.
then they'd go away.
We could look it up.
We
I'm
probably
sure,
could.
but that was also when Black Eyed Peas performed. Do you remember seeing them? They
No.
flew through the air.
I must have blacked out. I must have had like an Eras tour experience.
Yeah,
They
you
were like
honestly must have.
trapezing, like
Oh my
in the air.
gosh.
It was, and there were lasers.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
To go back to the 2000s,
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
that just is such a good time of life.
Yeah,
Wow.
That sounds fun.
we should look up like 2005 Teen Choice Awards. Like I've never even thought about looking it up. There's
Yeah.
probably video footage somewhere.
Oh, there definitely is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys should do that.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun. On our own time is what Lexi's saying.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, don't make me any more bitter than I already am.
Oh, yeah, that was iconic.
Yeah. Okay, so we were supposed to talk about spring things this episode.
Yeah.
Like just spring cleanings, spring trends.
It's okay. It wasn't
But-
a very good episode idea anyways. So.
Oh, cool. It's literally my idea. Perfect.
No, but the like spring break stories was fun. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay, spring cleaning, what are you gonna do? Clean.
Well, you know, I'm cleaning out the negativity out of my life, starting with you,
Ooh.
Alexis.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alexis?
She said Alexis.
I did. Isn't that what you prefer to be called now?
I do. Yep.
Alexis.
Cass, do you have anything that you're cleaning out for spring?
The haters.
Oh, okay.
No, honestly, no.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't have any ideas for this episode.
Hmm.
I feel like with spring, it's such an awkward time of year in Michigan because it's like it'll be cold and then it'll be super hot and it's just like, what do I wear?
It's like men, just not dependable. Like always, like like you never know what you're gonna get.
Right. It always comes back.
Yeah.
To men.
Honestly. Well,
it's a topic for another day.
It is.
I know what I am doing this spring.
What are you doing?
What do you
Well,
mean?
I have like kind of like an advantage because my roommate is literally an esthetician, but I've been doing waxing. So like I don't shave at all. Like I just wax and it's been so fun. And like you like can like notice hair growth is different. Like you won't get hair that will grow back. It grows back thinner. Like it's so much more manageable.
So that's what you're doing this spring?
Yeah, that's my like spring summer thing. Like
it's just
I
being
leave,
waxed.
Yeah, being waxed.
Lexi looked at my arms. Danielle, she looked at my arms. Don't look at them. Don't look at them.
Well, when you say someone looked at your arms, I'm going to look at your arms real quick.
She was like, you should go get your arms waxed. Yeah. And that's like looking at someone. And
What is it comparable
That's telling
to?
people that they should like pluck their eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like that's rude.
like, hey,
Not
do you own a pair
really.
of tweezers?
Yeah.
You should go pluck your eyebrows.
Do you have deodorant?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not comparable at all because having arm hair isn't bad. It's just like you could be smooth.
Right.
Ooh.
You could give naked mole rat.
You do give naked mole rat. Thank
Yeah,
you for
Lexi
saying
does.
that.
Rufus. Yeah.
I don't think that's a comp.
You literally call yourself the naked mole rat.
Yeah, but not like, man, not because of my face.
No, not because of your face, because you don't have any hair.
Yeah, I gotta go get a re-wax though.
You are low-key influencing me. I could see myself going to do that.
It's fun.
I've always wanted laser hair removal.
Yeah, me too. I eventually.
I've heard like really mixed stories about it though.
Bro, don't believe them. It's good.
Really?
Yeah, I know so many people that have laser hair removal.
Okay, one of my friends had laser hair removal. You know her.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want to say her name. All of her hair came back.
Yeah, I know. That's the
No,
thing.
Lexi, they can't see. I went like this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not a big
It
deal. I'm
all
sure
came
she would
back.
be fine.
They said it's really hard with dark hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I think like what I would want is just like my legs and
Yeah.
like my bikini line. And
yes.
it's like,
underarms. I don't want to have to shave
Oh,
my armpits
true.
ever again.
I don't really mind shaving my. It doesn't take that long.
I know it's really quick.
It's
The
like a
legs
10
take
second. It's the
forever.
legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bikini line. Yeah.
I just like in the summer, I just want to like throw on a bathing suit and not have to be like, oh my gosh, should I shave my legs?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what's
Fine.
in for spring and summer.
That's so true.
I might do that.
For me,
I have a waxing kit at home. I thought about trying.
like
Oh,
a
that
full,
never goes well.
full waxing kit,
Yeah.
like with the wax.
Mm-hmm.
No, just a kit.
But don't you need a lot of wax?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Like you need
Wow.
like the strips and everything.
I don't think I have enough. I think I need to get more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's
But-
one of my ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, ins. This is gonna sound so like not in, but like cute athleisure is in.
Yeah.
Like hot girl walk, but like elevated outfits, like athletic wise. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I think part of it impacts it is like Pilates as well. I just have and pickleball. Like I have multiple reasons for wanting to. Oh, Dad's calling you.
I know.
You can call him back in a second.
I'm gonna text him and say I'll call you back in a few
Yeah.
minutes.
I feel like just being more active, I just have more reasons to have cute like athletic
Yeah.
sets. And so that's kind of been my thing for like the spring because it's getting hotter. We can go on walks.
Yeah.
I want to look fire while I'm walking, but still be comfy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think another way for like the spring to like kind of elevate like I guess your life would be like I think taking things that you would do at home and like doing somewhere else. Like why don't you like read a book outside?
True.
Like or like yeah, I'll do homework at a coffee shop, but I feel like doing homework like you could do homework and sit on a blanket
Yeah.
in a park.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can read in a park, you can like you can go to the gym and walk on a treadmill, but like like walk outside,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Being
Yeah.
more intentional just about being outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another in for me is red light therapy.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, which I've only done it 3 times, but Charlie, you thought that I told this man I was going in another room and doing drugs. Like that is the response he's giving me. He is like, "You're doing that red light mask again. You look like he's embarrassed.
He said you look like Optimus Prime.
Yeah, which I mean, fair. Like
Yeah.
it's giving robot.
Right.
However, I'm like, this is good for me. Like, and I don't have to do it in front of you. But also, like, I want to just sit in bed and do it. And he just is not.
Yeah.
He is not passing the vibe check with that.
Bummer.
Men just don't understand.
I think once he sees that my skin really is going to start glowing,
Yeah.
he's going to start using it too.
Right, he just thinks you're falling into like a money trap,
Yeah.
and maybe you are.
Maybe I am.
But
I've never been one to not fall into money traps.
no,
Right.
we
We know.
all do.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yep.
So yeah, that's another in for the spring.
Yeah,
Do you have one?
I do. Less sugary coffee orders.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there.
What?
That's not for me.
So I, not necessarily like less sweet, but like figuring out what to order.
You can put
Where it can
sugar-free
still-
syrups in
Yeah.
your coffee.
So
Oh, I
today
see.
I ordered a cappuccino with 1 pump of vanilla. It was perfect. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to like the 3,
4 pumps.
the 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was literally perfect.
Holy
or getting
cow.
a miel, which has just honey as the sweetener and then cinnamon on top.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not really into like super sweet coffees like
Yeah,
that.
Lexi and
mine
I
is very
relate. What?
Wait, you just said no, we don't.
Yeah, you just said that you don't want more sugary.
And I already said I don't put sugar in mine.
Well, that's what I mean. Like we're going to be drinking the same stuff.
Oh, I see. Now that she's changed
now
her
that
ways.
you're changing into my ways.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, I'll be over here drinking my sugary drinks, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But I
because-
think that's an important part. Like I think that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Some people's drinks are really sugary. Just
Also, it's cheaper.
cut it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that like if you get basic coffees, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Like am I just figuring this out at the ripe age of 20?
No, literally.
Yeah.
I
Like
get,
I like I'll go to like Big B or somewhere and
Yeah.
like if you just go get like literally a basic coffee that tastes good, it's like $4
Yeah.
versus like $7.
my coffee order at Big B is $3.50 now.
Yeah.
It's a caramel iced coffee with 2% milk in it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Mine's not that cheap, but
Yeah,
it's
but you
okay.
don't get coffee.
I have to get
everything
like
you get
specialty
is
drinks.
yeah.
Matcha.
Those
Yeah.
are always
Yeah.
going to be taxed.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
That's why you have to join the dark side.
I literally, me and Charlie got our drinks switched up the other day, and I took a sip of it, and I actually almost spit it out.
Oh, my
Like,
word.
I like cannot fathom the idea of not liking coffee.
When
Like that is such a weird concept to me.
yeah. How old
like-
were you when you started drinking coffee?
10.
Oh,
I remember Dad taking you to Burger King and you getting iced coffees.
Because
remember,
those were
yeah.
like almost chocolate milk.
But yeah, I always got like the frappuccinos and I liked them.
Yeah.
You know, you start young. Like your parents give you 1 cup of coffee
Yeah.
every 2 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it started with grandma. She just would give
Oh,
me
that's
coffee when I'd be
so
hanging
true.
out with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, period. So we drink that coffee together, share some stories,
Chatting.
chat,
Yeah.
you know, have a good time. And then like as I got older, I just like I think freshman year of high school, I probably started to like actually like you know when you're in middle school and like you go to Starbucks and get like the
Yeah.
frappuccinos and like go to Target. I feel like it probably started there.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think I started when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, like
Oh my
somewhere around there.
gosh.
And I thought I was really young, but I was talking to some middle schoolers on Sunday that are in 7th grade. And they were like, yeah, I always start my day with a cup of coffee. And I was like,
gosh.
oh my
Okay, well,
word.
starting the day with a cup of coffee in 7th grade is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a treat in 7th grade. You know, like
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna get a coffee.
I did try to stunt my growth in middle school by drinking coffee so that I could be a gymnast. I'm not even lying.
Oh my god!
I wanted to
I'm
be
not
shorter.
surprised.
And honestly, maybe I would have been like 5'9", 5'10" if I hadn't. Like I had at least like a couple of iced coffees before I was like, bro, this sucks.
the dedication to being smaller.
I
That
wanted
is
to
so
be a
funny.
gymnast.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's such a short story. I'll just tell it really fast. I was like into gymnastics and we all did eventually like take it. But I was like actually good. I don't know about you two. You guys were probably trash or something.
No, girl,
But
I tried out for nationals. I just didn't
there we
make
go.
it.
But I like was I joined like a team like for gymnastics, this like traveling team, because I like could do literally like flips like standing. Like I just went through this phase where I was really good. And like my first practice with them, I went and I remember like for the kids, we were doing like stuff on the trampolines and I landed on my ankle wrong and it literally snapped. Like I heard it snap, but I was terrified because the guy coach was like bald and scary and I did not feel comfortable telling him that I hurt myself and I didn't know anyone there. Like I hadn't talked to anyone. So I literally just like limped the rest of practice. I didn't say anything. And then I like the second dad picked me up, I went like the second we left the building, I sobbed. And I told him I'm never going back. And I never went back. I literally quit. And mom and dad tried to convince me to go back and I wouldn't.
Wow.
And that was the end of my career. Yeah, because I was a baby.
The end of her career.
That was the end of my career.
At 8
so
years
sick.
old.
I'm so sick. But yeah.
That's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I know.
It really is.
It really was.
I love gymnastics though. I feel like a lot of what I learned, I still like a lot of balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people say that you should put like all of your kids in gymnastics just as the base because it teaches like flexibility, balance, like
And it's so fun.
It is
like,
fun.
Who doesn't enjoy jumping on those bouncy trampolines?
Yeah, into the
into
foam
a foam pit.
Yeah.
So fun.
Flying on bars.
I
like,
loved
come
just
on.
running on those trampolines, those long ones where you could like run and jump at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So fun.
Those were really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was our spring episode.
Yeah. Don't know if it really gave what it was supposed to give, but it was fun.
Yeah. It was fun while we did it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a nice trip down memory lane of
Yeah.
spring breaks.
It really was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Axel, if you're listening,
Hi.
hi. Lexi's face.
If you're listening. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you next week, or you'll listen to us next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can watch our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe.
Watch and listen.
Watch and listen. Okay. Bye.
Bye.